All right then, let's do this. First of all, my name is Munchkin Adversary. Second, this drawing and the way I'm recording it, I'm not an expert. Well, this drawing, I know how to draw better than I know how to record. Though I wouldn't say I'm perfect, so yeah, roast away. But this is not the point of this drawing. The point of this drawing is to address a situation that's been going on for like over 4 years, nearing 5 years. And I drew KickVic and I Stand With Vic going at it. I Stand With Vic and KickVic, two groups that have really been fighting over this guy right here, Vic Mignogna. Though not everybody from either side was fighting like this or fighting, more of like observing. Like this dude, KickVic right here, I Stand With Vic. These are the chill representatives of the same sides from each team. And this is a neutral, as is he. Though this character is actually based on a best friend of mine, so this is actually her right here, my best friend. And she's a neutral stand. And she's been picked on by KickVic members that are like this because she's defending Vic Mignogna. At the same time, she's understanding that people from the I Stand With Vic side are actually making things worse and causing problems. So it's like, really, you have to join somebody and be against the other team or you're screwed. Like, really, why? Why can't you just be on everybody's side? Like I am, technically. I'm not on Kick Vic's side or I Stand With Vic's side. I mean, I'm not a member of each. I'm a neutral supporter, as in, I can see what's going on and support both if I have to, though I have my opinions and I have my facts. So, like, for this to happen, I don't want it to even go on for 50 years. Like, I don't know why people can't just be like these folks right here, chill and just observe and wait for the truth, because that's what we've been lacking. Like, oh my god, like seriously, yes, there are people like this on I Stand With Vic, and yes, there are people like this on Kick Vic. So honestly, that coming to the point where my friends are getting attacked, that is stupid. All because people who support Vic or even think slightly that he is innocent are actually supporters of sex offenders, which is not true. It's not. If you don't know who's guilty and you don't know who's innocent, you have your opinions. You can say that towards somebody who is supporting victims, that they're a sex offender, because you wouldn't know, first of all, if the person who's claiming to be a victim is the sex offender and is just putting it on somebody who is actually the victim. That's happened before. People have actually gaslighted. I'm not saying this is the case with this situation. No, no way in hell has Vic Mignogna's accusers sexually offended him. I don't think that's happened, or else he would have said it. But still, my point is this right here. This link is from this page, and this page, this is the page of ISWV losers. Somebody on Twitter who has been calling out I Stand With Vic members and making fun of them, and not only that, doing different stuff that I won't get into yet. Aside from the fact that this fella, this friend of mine, like literally still a friend of mine to this day, used to follow her on Twitter and used to be in her server. The problem is, right here, back in January, he started freaking out because he still had like a gray side, meaning that even though he was for Kick Vic, he thought there was a chance that Vic Mignogna was innocent or there was good things about him. Someone photoshopped this. This was on ISWV Loser's profile somewhere. Like, literally. Why? This is not funny. To make it look like he supports sexual predators, even in the form of authors. Like, really. And, I'm aware this is over here, so you can laugh at that. This conversation me and my friend were having. But still, this goes to show we had good times before this happened. My friend being for Kick Vic at the time, that didn't really bother me so much because all I wanted was peace between the two. All I wanted was to literally talk to my friend, see where he was coming from, and to show him where I was coming from, and to save him from BS like that. I call it BS because, first of all, 4 years. Already it's been 4 years, and people are still calling him an abuser. Why in the world aren't you trying to convince the courts he's an abuser? Why are you still telling Twitter? Why are you still telling Facebook? Telling Reddit? Why? Why are you racking up on points in recruits like Fire Emblem or something, trying to tell everybody this person's evil? What happened? Where's the evil stuff? Oh yeah, we shouldn't wait for them to do it. Why didn't you go to court? Why are you waiting to go to court? This is the advantage that you have right here. Take Vic to court. Press charges. What are you waiting for? All you're doing is proving he is innocent. And I don't mean it like, oh, well, obviously I don't think he's innocent. No, I see enough of the truth to form my opinions. And I will get to those because this is what's happening. When you don't go to court, when you're making podcasts and stuff and gloating about Vic, not being able to go to Comic Cons or whatever, or anime cons, this stuff happens. This drama goes in different areas. More and more of this virus spreads. Like right here. Like, honestly, was this even necessary? Oh, because they're right wing, they decided to say it was okay. That has nothing to do with it. Really, nothing to do with it. They are either acquainted or they're good friends. And that's not even why they denied him exposing himself. It's because he didn't expose himself. He showed his underwear. It was an accident. He was trying to fix his camera. People look for anything to dish out as a fault and use that as evidence against him. They would have said something. They would have said, I was in denial. He actually did try to get with me and all this kind. No, they didn't do that. They were laughing at Vic when he accidentally showed his underwear in his stream. When I saw the stream, I was laughing my head off. It's like, okay, some underwear right there. Looks like a freaking restaurant napkin. Jeez. You people who don't have a sense of humor, some of you would probably just roll your eyes. I miss the times when people would just roll their eyes, move along, or say, that's not my style, dude. Whatever. They'll just talk about the gossip, but they'll keep it to themselves. But no, people are like, he showed his underwear. He exposed himself because he showed off. He had to. Why are you channeling all that energy? Why are you grasping at straws here like you're trying to summon Captain Planet or whatever? Like he had to have showed his little buddy, his little friend right there. I know he did. I know. I'm confident because I'm a generic anime character who doesn't know who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about. Why don't you all learn to be freaking human? And get yourselves together. Literally pull your heads together. This is Chrissy. Of course, she's in the stream, and she's the one who removed Vic when that happened and brought him back in because she didn't want the oopsie to get his attention right then, and then, probably feel embarrassed. They were giggling. They were laughing. I mean, oopsies happen to almost any person you could think of. It happens to you. It happens to everyone, basically. I'm clumsy, especially. Of course, I didn't do this, but still. What Vic did, I mean. What he did wasn't even criminal, first of all, so yeah. But people look for that. It was a boomer moment. I said here, I'm diving into this. And that's one of the things that, quote unquote, set him off. Because of what was shown on Loser's profile. And you can just look at this, because I'm not going to speak too much about this, because I'm not making this about me, except for how it affected my server that I share with another friend who actually created the server. But literally, this is sad. You want somebody to be guilty, but you don't form a case against them. I can imagine people saying, Well, first of all, it's hard to form a case just against anybody. Monica Riel and Jamie Markey, they're obviously victims and they were obviously offended by Vic. So how is it going to be easy when Vic has a lot of fans? How's it going to be easy for us to prove he's guilty? Well, you managed to have several cons ban him. You managed to have that. You managed to develop enough hate against him. So where's all that energy going? To Netflix? Because all I see is people just talking nonstop about him, about how bad he is, but they don't seem to be worried by the fact that, technically speaking, they're implying that he is getting away with he's getting away with assaulting different women. He's not doing that, is he? So what do you want? You keep talking about him. You keep complaining about him. You're complaining about people who support him, yet you're not going to law enforcement. Are you worried? Are you worried or not? Because literally, this stuff happens in the server where people are arguing or people trying to calm down one person who's going to flip it, which is actually what's going on here. And my other friend, another friend was stepping in to help. Aside from me, well, I didn't come yet. I didn't see this yet. It's just a different friend, different member of the server who was trying to reason with him. Like, good lord. This stuff should have ended. And it's just that toxic. That freaking toxic. And no, the book is not real. Talking about the image I was pointing at before. That was obviously photoshopped. Not everybody's going to know, but a lot of us can tell it's photoshopped. That's one of the reasons I'm upset with whoever made the image and ISWV losers for having it on a profile, which you'll see at some point in this video. Like, honestly, no. Just no. How would you feel if you were sick and tired of drama that happened for like over 4 years, didn't have any closure whatsoever, and people just kept getting hurt? Your friends got pulled in, you got pulled in eventually, and you just wanted to all end. Like, you're just fed up with it. Well, how bad it is. Now, one could, because this is me right here, could actually say, I triggered him to go off. I didn't. Because he's talked about Vic Mignogna. He's complained about him, and I stand with Vic, I guess, multiple times, even though once or twice he's actually had he's been gray sided. Like, he's seen things from a great perspective and agree with me and others on things. So, no, it's not that. I said what I said because I didn't need him to stress over this. I didn't need him to get all, like, to the point where he lost hope and was just really telling other people on another server about what Vic, quote unquote, did or whatever. I didn't want him to get depressed. Because this guy has Asperger's, my friend. And what happens is he does not know or understand certain things other people say. That's not to say that's the same with every person with Asperger's. What I'm saying is even though he's on the spectrum and he's very intelligent, he has his own weaknesses. And he's been very gullible. Mainly because of his personality and how people have treated him and the lies they fed him. And he takes things real literally. Just like he did with that book, that Photoshop of Vic. And he's been manipulated because of that. Because that was obviously made to make Vic look like somebody he's not. Because honestly, I could have lost that friend. Though technically, he could have lost me. He almost did. And it wasn't even his fault. Even though he's from the KickVic side, it wasn't even his fault. This is what I mean by how, like, I'm not Kick Vic or I stand with Vic. So technically, I'm on everyone's side. Meaning that I'm trying to help, show off the truth so we can all get out of this. Just completely unnecessary. May as well be some type of talk show of some sort where you got Kick Vic and I stand with Vic saying different things. You got some chill people on both sides who just want it to end, just to find out the truth. The truth is probably already there, just a lot of people keep ignoring it. Yeah. This is getting to the part where I actually blocked the friend. Not because I didn't want to hear him out, but because I thought he wasn't going to hear us out. As many times as we tried to reach out to him here. I just would have been fine if we just didn't talk about it anymore, I guess. But he brought it up, like, the different times it started. But still, over friendships, like, I mean, not over friends. I mean, over arguing about this stuff, over this crap, you lose friends. And this is what I said at the time. And then a friend of his from a different server has asked me to talk to him because this guy did not want to lose me. And that friend of his told me he was going through things. And that friend of his was really nice, very understanding. And he wanted me to reach out and stuff, like at the end of the month, or at least around February this month. So I decided around this time to do it because, first of all, the best friend of mine I told you about, she has showed me what was going on Twitter. And what happened was that picture, remember? The one where it said sex offender on the book that Vic had? Come to find out, that was used as the background of the ISWV losers person. I really wasn't happy. It was terrible. And she's not the only one that got picked on. Other people that I know got picked on and got ruined. But yeah, like he knew her, and me, and I didn't want to like step over our boundaries or even his. But I was wondering if she would actually want to talk to me, so that way she can clear things up. And I know the type of person she is. But given that I have my thoughts, she probably won't agree with me. And even if she doesn't, I would have been okay with it. But she probably would have like singled me out for the wrong reasons and then backstabbed me. I don't know. I really don't know much of the type of person she is, except for what she's done and probably why she's done it, but not all of the why. This was back in November. This right here. This is what my friend said. Because currently we're still friends. But, back then, this is the first or second time he brought up the Vic Mignogna situation. So we started talking about ISWV losers. Yeah. You know, this is what gets me right here. I've seen a lot of different stuff. Maybe this is, because he said in the past. Maybe because it was long ago, I don't know. But I see mainly ISWV losers antagonizing people, defending herself, you know, making rebuttals, having valid points at times, righteously defending some other people, wrongfully defending many people who were just out to get somebody, sharing like information that didn't need to be shared. It's so much. It's a gray area with her, like my friend said. Oh my god, like really? And that's the thing, what she has is a gimmick account. I'm definitely gonna go into that because there's, my cousin. She has been abused. She's a victim, but she's a recovering victim rather, because she came to terms with what happened to her, and she faced the person who actually abused her, sexually abused her. Yes, she did. The guy apologized. So she was telling me about this, you know, just because the person did wrong, it doesn't mean there isn't a right way to handle it. There is a right way to settle things when it comes to somebody who did wrong. And you don't do all of what I'm about to show what ISWV did. This right here, I did not like this. He was alerting me about people who do this. I know some folks on ISWV Vic who would claim something like that. And that's BS. Monica wouldn't do that. She wouldn't be part of it. No matter how foul her actions were towards Vic or how I feel about her, how she treated him, she doesn't deserve any of this. She's a human being. She deserves to be happy and stuff. So it's a lot for me to get into. And this right here, he did not need to do this. He did not need to try to provide. He did not need to offer to provide me where she lives. I don't want to know that. I really don't. That's not up to me to know. She has her privacy. And I'm a literal who to her. And I didn't need to know this either. But that's my thing. She already exposed herself multiple times, and other people exposed her. It's basically, people's fault for doing it to her, right there in the blue. I mean, out of the blue, and on Twitter or whatever. At the same time, she's been giving away stuff about herself through her actions and whatever. That's not good. And this is what may have happened. Let me go to this. This is what may have happened in result to that. Because, first of all, I've never had somebody in the same server do a direct attack on me. Literally. Out of nowhere. I mean, it can happen. But for that to take place after my friend had left KickVic and had left ISWV losers list of followers, this happens. It's just ridiculous. So what I did was I tried to send this guy like I'm laughing. Turns out he already blocked me the moment he sent this message, so he was ego boasting. Had a nerve to call me, the derogatory term for gays. And it's like, how am I scratched from that? Literally. So I started basically doing a little roast on him, basically. Because, after I banned him, I still saw him online the server. He comes back with this. I didn't even think about it until my brain clicked. It's just wow. You stoop that low. But the funny thing is, this guy, whether he's from KickVic or he's a neutral troll or somebody else entirely, I don't know. He was very not so good at this, I'll say. I had to put my name in here, my username, part of it, to get my attention. Thing is, he signed off the moment I saw him just as a generic newcomer pop in. He literally not signed off. He went invisible and hid from me because I was already roasting him. Like, why are people that desperate to ruin someone's life? That is so pathetic. Anywho, this is ISWV Losers right here. And she seems to be triggered by this. And I don't know. It's just this is what this is right here. I'll get back to it. Maybe I don't know. It's like really, I actually expected to show this off later, but if I see it again, I'll come back. You'll see what I mean. But anywho, this right here is what I wanted to get to first. So she has pictures sent to her. She has actually requested people send her stuff like on her profile. I don't know if it's still there, but she wants screenshots and stuff, mainly of ISWV, so that way she could roast them, ruin them, screenshot them herself or whatever, talk about them, and spread info and send people after them, because that's what happened. I've heard people say it. I've read people say it. I've seen people do it that came from her group and boast. Like literally, you bait people and then you do that. Oh, it's a gimmick account. It's not a gimmick account. It's a hate account. I can tell the difference. Like, was this even necessary? No. So you're arguing with the same guy. People just block people you don't like, but you want to antagonize them, so you don't block him. And then you say this about him. You pick on him again. Why? You have nothing better to do with your free time but to attack people and stuff, argue with them, just start one-sided arguments and laugh about it. Why? And then this, of course, you're really happy to have over 2,000 followers because you had like 68 last time I checked. I don't know. You literally have to be kidding me, because this is right here. You have this up here. Do you or do you not care if Vic is guilty or not? Because I've seen her talking like she cares. I don't know. She really believes Vic is guilty, or she knows he's not. But she's doing this, keeping this up here, so people get triggered and join her. The thing is, losers, you put your own followers in jeopardy because a lot of them are taking matters in their own hand for the wrong reasons, and so are you. What are they fighting for? Literally, they're fighting for you. That's who they're fighting for. But what? What's the what? You get a kick out of this, no pun intended, but you literally think because you have this on your background, people are just gonna fall for. Oh wait, they did. They did fall for it. But why isn't he in prison? What is your angle? Why are you so ambitious, so like determined to ruin a man's career? Literally. Who said you were obligated? To Vic, you're a literal who? You're a mosquito. And you do all that. And you just want those followers going up. You really do. This is the original picture. Right here. Well, people are just determined to get rid of Vic, but they're not determined to take him to court and have him face a trial. You're endangering people, like potentially, and you literally should be charged with that for first of all slandering, and second of all technically putting people into a potential danger by saying he is a sex offender, and you have the evidence apparently, but you won't use it. You withhold evidence. You're withholding evidence if you're saying he is guilty, and you never charged him. And this right here, like, why do you have two accounts? And why are you bragging about it? If you care about victims, why are you bragging about this? I know it doesn't say it on her account. I've seen her talking about protecting victims, and you'll see why. And this is a dude that's actually friends with losers. Now, see what he says right here? Reporting abuse and harassment from I Stand With Vic. ISWV reports. I hear the Ace Attorney theme. Like, I wish I could just play it in my video, but nah, I didn't want to use music because I didn't want to get a copyright strike or whatever. But still, he thinks he's some type of Ace Attorney. Wrong character, brah. First of all, second of all, why do you keep using this picture of Gohan? Every time I've seen his profile or seen his post somewhere, it's this picture, and he's trying to remind people that he's reporting abuse and harassment. I stand with Vic, but right here, obviously, you're also a news reporter. Why are you gloating about this? If I was a victim and I thought Vic was guilty, I wouldn't be gloating about this. He lost his appeal. That doesn't mean he's going to prison. He is a sex offender in your eyes, right? So why are you so happy he lost his appeal? Good news, everybody. Like, that's the only good news in the world. For Vic to get ridiculed. A sex offender getting ridiculed and you laughing at the sex offender wherever he goes. You're not even a bit concerned that he could hurt anybody. As many places as he's been already. You're not worried. But, something says otherwise. Before I get there, that was when his account was apparently not there, deleted or whatever. Because, either they were breaking rules or those two were literally just getting tired and they decided to come back. Or someone harassed them or whatever. I don't know. Because losers and reports were bullied. I've seen them bullied on Twitter. I didn't like that. You know, that's probably why they do what they do, because they're sick and tired of crap happening to them and other people, but they stoop so low, they they're blindsided basically. It gets to them. But yeah, this is an ISWV member right here. And the guy who has like the bigger amount of text and stuff, and one right here, same guy, he's basically someone trying to set him straight, but at the same time, there's a lot of violent stuff said right here, I think. That's why I just blurred it out, and it wasn't necessary. And apparently, she feels sorry for this ISWV member. If she really did or does, and this isn't sarcasm, then, I commend her on it because I did hear some good things about ISWV losers. I did. But a lot of what she does, no, it's not good. And this is the same guy I was talking about, the one who was being set straight. He is like a full fledged guy of he's a full fledged ISWV member in the basic sense that he's obsessed with Vic, like literally hardcore member. And this guy's right. This is a neutral stand right here, and really, yeah, he's been putting a target on his back each and every time he posted stuff like this on Twitter. It's like, dude, stop, man. Like, you're hurting Vic, you're hurting people in your own group, and you're bragging about, I guess, earning your brownie points to the point that you hope you work with Vic Mignogna. Dude, you're literally inappropriate by far. Literally, you've been honestly harassing people. It needs to stop. You've been linking and tagging. Well, you've been tagging voice actors and tagging different people on your friends list and stuff. And literally, you need to stop. You're hurting yourself and you're hurting other people. And it's not right for you to even hurt KickVic. Literally, you're like some type of corrupt vigilante. This. This goes to show. Out of all the screenshots that I've taken and the ones that I've been given, apparently she did break rules. Same for reports. So my thing is, they're still on Twitter. I don't know how often they do this because it's not my job to spy on them. It's not. People show me stuff and they alert me because they're tired of this. One person is actually afraid of reports and losers. Almost forgot her name. Other one is worried about reports doxing him because it happened already. That's sad. Because they stooped this low. Like, literally gloating about Vic losing and stuff. yet they're supposed to be worried about him being an abuser and stuff, and people giving in to him. So you're saying this, no mention of him being an abuser, and saying now they're safe. Let's go on to another convention and try to urge them not to accept him, whatever. Or I hope that that other convention doesn't accept him wherever he goes because he's going to hurt more women. He's going to potentially hurt people. No, you don't say that. You're not concerned about that. And this is what I was talking about. I beg to differ. Like, you're gloating about Vic losing the appeal and stuff, but really, in ISWV fails, you're gloating about people not going to the event because it was canceled. But you posted where is it? You posted here the kids are already in danger with Vic and Chuck visiting, and you're really using a school shooter to justify your meltdown. This is probably in response to this that I'm not going to read out loud because I don't know what happened exactly here. It's just all this happening. That's not right. ISWV members are neutral supporters. They're going at it with folks like these, arguing back and forth. But really, if you are a gimmick account, why say this? Why not urge victims to charge Vic, get him charged or whatever? Why do you do this? Why do you go back and forth? And this right here, don't make this shot about Vic and Chuck, you sick brat. They have nothing to do with this. And they don't. Because first of all, how are you know what? That's there. Wow. Jeez. Of course my space is running out. But literally, this needs to stop. Honestly, people saying Vic is dangerous, and anybody associated with Vic is apparently dangerous because Chuck and Vic are friends. Like, really, why? Dude, this all started as a conversation about Vic and Chuck. This is all because people talked about school inviting them. They have everything to do with this, so stop whining. Dude, who do you think you are? Who do you think you're fooling with that Gohan picture? Really, whatever you've been through, this is not the way to handle it. Same for losers. You don't just go and say stuff like this. You're lucky you weren't arrested. This is why you have these accounts, to say whatever you want. Freedom of speech. So apparently, it's already been okay to abuse freedom of speech, which people have done so many times. So yeah, but still, you join the fray. Yet you care. You care about the well-being of people, like kids that Vic and Chuck are going to meet or whatever. You care about Vic being an abuser, but yet you don't have him put in the court so that way he won't hurt people that you're worried about getting victimized. And this right here, this is from an I Stand With Vic member. And I guess this is an ISWV member too. I don't know. I saw that, and this is Mars Girl, of course. And, people probably ask me, why'd you blur this out? Because, you just go to her profile on behind the voice actors, you'll see it anyway. Because someone sees it and they're not interested in knowing all this. I don't need this going out. I don't need somebody coming up here and creeping and they see all this. It's not blurred, it's not censored. You get the drift. But yeah, first of all, why the hell did you threaten her? This is not right. And this guy kept this tweet up, literally making sure she see it. You're causing trouble, man. You and the other folks within Iceland and Vic who do this type of crap, you're causing trouble. You don't care. And then you have people attacking ISWV thinking it's everybody, when it's just you few folks. Gloating. Literally gloating. He won't. Like you are some type of goddess and you just predicted that he won't. Like literally. And Trent Michaels 21, he's been covering the Vic situation. And, people attacked him and they'll attack anybody who sides with Vic or is trying to see from his perspective. Like really, this person right here is hoping things will clear up. It's hoping the best for the Vic, and then you like he won't. You can't just leave them alone. You have to gloat. This happens. Like, really? Why? Why is this a thing? Why do you do this? Why do people like you do this? You KickVic members. Why? And then you have to literally imply that these two, that there's some type of relation going on that could happen. You are terrible. Screw you. You're disgusting. You're filth for doing this type of stuff, for creeping onto this picture and talking about this lady here and talking about Vic like that. You're literally a literal who. That's what you are. And you're not helping. Really. Well, going after this girl right here. Whatever she did to you, if anything, this is not the way to handle it. I think you're just picking on her. But if she did something, like I said, it's not the way to handle it. It really isn't. And this is to show, so much going on. Like, this guy that I have shown before, she's still literally dumping on this guy one way or another. Whatever problems they have with each other, it doesn't have to result to this. All this happening. It really doesn't. And then reports is going at it again. Like, seriously. You're doing more talking than reporting. No offense. Really. Both of you. You and losers. And here is this. The duplicate. She's got emotions too. Whatever she's going at, she could just easily block these people. Reason why I'm showing these type of shots is because, first of all, it contradicts their purpose. It contradicts what they were standing for. And no, they get a rise out of people, and then people get a rise out of them. And they get people to target them. Both reports and losers are already targets. That's not good. I care, yes. They're doing it to themselves, and people are also doing it to them. So it's not completely their fault. At the same time, enough of it is their fault. And this right here, was this even necessary? This is racist. No, it is not sarcasm. You say this, you're literally letting your own ego get the best of you. Both you and reports. I'm not into this. I wouldn't sit there and criticize this show the way they did. But, my point stands with this being a problem right here. You getting away with a whole lot. This guy, whoever it is, oh my goodness. Was it even necessary to do this to Monica? And Ron Toy? It wasn't necessary. I don't agree with Monica or Ron Toy, but to do this to them, no. Come on. I'm not being supportive of them in the basic sense that, I agree that, Vic was out of line and all kinds of crap. And they had the right to do whatever they did to. No. I don't like what they did. But this doesn't mean they deserve it. Like, literally. Come on. This is not the way to handle it. And this, no. Literally, no. Yeah, I already knew about the podcast stuff, but still. Is this how you handle being a victim of somebody, according to you, who could very well victimize more and more people, all because you just kicked them out of the convention that you were going to, but never the ones that he was going to without you being there? When there's other women that could get attacked by him, according to you. Make a podcast out of it. What do you do when you're a victim of somebody who could very well hurt other people? An abuser. Yeah. A sex offender. Make a Netflix episode. Make your own podcast series or whatever. Joke about it. Talk about it. Compare your situation to Beyonce or whatever. Beyonce took things way more seriously than you. You two are just, I don't even know. I don't want to insult you. If I already did, I apologize. But you two insulted yourselves literally by putting a lot of people in potential danger, according to your claims. You did that. You have a sex offender on the loose because you said he's a sex offender. That's your logic. And you, my friend, watching your own show here, watching these two because, the reason why I don't have them covered because he's got them out in the open. Literally. And, anybody starts donking on them, you know who they are and you know who did it. Is this how, regardless if they did anything to you or not, is this how you handle a situation? I thought this was about reporting people. Then you made it about Vic, you and Losers did. And then you made it about watching these people and stuff. You're not the bigger person. Literally, you're not. And you do all this. You literally put this in your post. You share it. All because it's Twitter. Every rebuttal you and Losers make, it's not going to matter. You made yourself in the target and you made those people in the targets. And it's all on you for that. But this I can agree with. Like, okay, someone comes out and says a voice actor abused them and stuff. Sometimes it's sus. Sometimes you can't tell. What he did, I don't know. I don't know what he knows. I don't know what you know. But really, is it necessary to do all this? Why can't you talk one on one? If you can do all this, you can talk one on one with him. The problem is you keep attacking instead of reasoning. Oh, he won't listen. Then don't do this. If something offends you, just report him. Your name is ISWV Reports, right? And you're not going to report somebody for whatever they're doing wrong? You're not going to leave them be and just ignore them and let someone else handle it? No, instead, you got to. I'm not even going to get in that. Just really. In this, like, really? Come on. Apparently, 20 Dude won. I know who that is. Got him involved and got Mars Girl involved. I don't know. I'm mostly thinking it's him because he gets people involved. He actually tags people and starts asking questions about, Vic Mignogna and things that are inappropriate. So this guy's like, if it's any consolation, I'm not with either the Kick Vic or Stand with Vic movement. I'm Switzerland. Like, this guy has nothing to do with it. This guy a girl. And apparently he dragged him in and dragged Mars Girl in. I don't know. Maybe they both dragged him in, but I think he dragged him in. And by that same token, Mars Girl tried to clear it up. But if she's talking about Vic, this needs to stop. Because first of all, he's not in court for it. You keep calling an abuser, that means he could go and attack somebody else. Are you or are you not worried? To anybody who keeps saying Vic is an abuser or a sex offender, are you or are you not worried about him attacking another person? Oh, well, we got him canceled. The whole world is not one convention. You're not worried because you're lying and because people lie to you and you don't know what to do with yourselves. You're trying to basically wait until things get settled one way or another, whether he gets completely ruined or something happens to say you're in the clear. You don't do stuff like that. You don't sit there and tell all these lies because either you were victimized by somebody else and you needed somebody to take it out on, or you weren't victimized at all at the time. And this right here, you don't do stuff like this. You share your name and stuff on Twitter after you have done, like, that's not good. Tag people and all that. Yeah, one of my favorite voice actors still is, but I don't know if she really sided with KickVic or not. I don't know. I don't know if she was being sarcastic, but it's like, please check your heroes. It's like, okay, so really, you think Vic is your hero, or you think Homelander's your hero? I mean, it's funny. At the same time, it's not. I say it's funny because he could have probably played one of the. He probably could have played a character from The Boys, Given that Homelander is a comic book character, brought onto the screen like almost everyone else, and is based on Superman. So if Vic Mignogna was to be Superman, he'd probably like Homelander. I don't know, but this, I think that added fuel, literally. And some voice actors didn't have to jump in; they could have just stayed neutral and waited, for the truth to come out, or they could have offered some type of support for both sides, for the truth to come out better, or they just could have stayed neutral. So if she was helping KickVic at the time, I don't know. That does not look good. I wish she didn't do that because she's better than that. A whole lot of people are better than that. But I still have respect for her. I ask people not to go and harass her because I don't really know what her deal is. I don't know if she wants to forget this or not. So I apologize for even having this here, but I put it here because this goes to show people getting dragged in. You didn't need to tell people this. I get it. I could easily tell somebody my nationality or whatever, and it doesn't mean anything. But given that people know your name, people have literally known about your situation, your family situation, practically. And they know this. They probably know where you live. My friend does because they're actually your friend, but not anymore, or acquaintance. You're making a target that's already put on you even bigger. I'm not saying I'm coming after you. I wouldn't. I'm saying people who have malintentions will come after you. And you pretty much put a target on your own followers and technically my server. And the server is not even primarily mine. But geez. And she was responding to this. Like, I get it. Like, okay, you don't look like this. You didn't even have to respond to it. Why respond at all if you're primarily trying to make fun of ISWV or whatever? You people go against your logic so much. Right here, go in seat and don't pretend for a split second that you wouldn't be doing victory laps had the outcome gone differently. Oh, you talk all big, really. You're gloating at Vic supporters, really. Just honestly. I mean, yeah, good job, Adam, but still, this guy right there, just a hollow account, dummy account used to just harass people, whether they're for KickVic or there's some Vic member trying to make KickVic look worse, or they're just a troll trying to look both sides worse. Yeah. I say this, and then this guy, the same guy, goes, I'm not reading all that. Wow. Like I care. Vic never should have sued to begin with. He should have stuck with his original plan. Oh my god. This is what got me to. What plan is that? Also, shut up. Like, really? It's like, what are you talking about? You know what? Forget it. Shut up. And then it goes, I'm not reading all of that. Sounds like a robot, really. It's obviously a troll of some sort. Literally. And then this happens. Nick needs reminded that he did Vic dirtier than anyone else did. He is the one who hooked Vic up with the worst litigator in Texas after all. A weak comeback like that deserves a mute. Oh my god, man. Seriously, you're spreading all this crap right here, and you involve Nick Ricator. Well, this is a channel with Nick, but seriously, you're talking crap, man. Literally. Like, you go from blaming it on Vic, or sitting there gloating about him losing, then to blame it on Nick. Make up your mind. This happens to the point where this guy right here had to do with Vic. Vic's underwear is shown in the video. And then he goes, he exposed himself. Cope. That sounds like an invocation. It really does. Just say cope. Like, Fire Emblem Engage, when the character, the units are telling their the emblems to engage, like, just shine on, emblem, engage, or something like that. So instead it's like, shine on, Vic, cope. I don't know, that was terrible, but still. Oh my god, that's just terrible. But this is how it really sounded in my head. He exposed himself. Cope. drink some hot Pepsi or whatever, or some epic 7-Eleven drink, and then you hear the epic music play, and they just walk off screen like they done saved the day or something. That's what it really was. And then they have like the driest comeback or reply right here, and they're like, "He did it though." Really, your name is Dragon Age 2 for the win. You're not even a real account. You're just a dummy account. Really, you come up with stupid stuff like that. Now, this is what actually got me right here. I've seen it before, and it's like coming back to it, I thought it was really relevant. Because, first of all, I'm going to read it. When it comes to Vic Mignogna, I don't have a horse in that race. Yet I still stand with the victims of this sexual predator. Seriously, all the idiot had to do was publicly apologize and get some therapy, and this whole mess could have been avoided. Wouldn't he be stupid to go in public where he could actually attack multiple people and victimize them that way if he's looking for redemption? You're saying it's smart for him to do that if he's the kind to, seek redemption based on what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying. This is why I have a problem with people who keep insisting, not in believing, but insisting without even caring that Vic is guilty. He would have been tried by the court right now. He would have been in prison. He would have been questioned by law enforcement. Did any of that happen? You're so sure that all he has to do is apologize in public and then go seek help. This is what Monica said before, that he should go seek help. Because you don't want him to go to prison? You don't want him to go to court? Why do you keep talking about it? You're not sending him letters saying, "Hey, Vic, I'm a fan of yours," or "Hey, Vic, I'm not a fan of yours, but I'm not your enemy either. But what you did, or what I heard you did, I just want you to get help. Please, just please." No, instead you rip on him. You slander him. You keep talking about him going to different conventions. You keep trying to get him banned. You put pressure on different conventions to ban a guy who goes to different conventions successfully and doesn't do what you say he does. It's a big deal, but are you really worried? Are you feeling threatened by Vic that you stoop this low? Are you, Monica, Jamie, reports, losers, anybody feeling threatened by this guy? Are you afraid of him? Or do you know people who are afraid of him? Then why are you not worried? You're not proving it. You really need to stop this. And this is why, with this video, you need to think about what you said. People need to think about what they did. How they literally just got all of us involved for nothing. This affects us all. You put targets on a whole lot of us with this. And this is why the drama is not ending. We do more punishing than helping people. That's so sad. There's no damage control, especially on Twitter. What do you want? What do you all want? Do you want peace, or do you want to be right? Do you want to be happy, or do you want to be right? Make up your minds. Peace out.